Hey everyone, welcome back to Swansea Somerset Animal Shelter. We're changing it up a little bit instead of Pet of the Week, although we do have kittens available for adoption. This is one of them right here. We are here today. We're promoting our annual yard sale, so it's our biggest fundraiser of the year. It's going to be June 22nd. That's a Sunday, from 9 to 2 right here at the animal shelter. Parking will be available in the field, and we will have handicap parking available in the parking lot. So 9 to 2, we've got a 20-foot trailer full of really good stuff. And again, it is our annual fundraiser. It raises a lot of money for all the animals in our care. The money goes directly to our vet bills. In anything that the animals need. So it is a great resource for us to continue to take in pets and give them the medical attention they need. We've had quite a few this year already. Kitten season in full swing. We have 2 kittens that need to have an eye each removed. We've had some really bad infections come in. We have a husky that has some tumors that we have to address. So that money all goes to pay our vet bills, and again, it helps us to continue to help all the animals in our care. So please attend. We look forward to seeing you. Leash pets are welcome as long as they are well behaved and leashed. We will have our bake table, and our DJ Mark will be here with Rita. And this year we also have the Swansea Board of Health having their annual health fair here as well, which will be set up in our playfield, and their event runs 11 to 2, so there'll be a lot of great resources there. For health-wise, we will have a food truck here. I believe there is a healthy nutrition drink guy coming, and there'll be a lot of good resources through the health fair as well. So we look forward to seeing you on June 22nd. Again, our event runs 9 to 2, and the Board of Health fair is 11 to 2, all on the same property here. So please come and see us. We'll have a lot of fun events for the kids. The health fair is actually setting up some game stations. The fire trucks will be here. We'll have EMTs. So it should be a really fun-filled day. So come on out and join us and help us raise some money for our little fur kids here. Hope to see you soon.
So Camp Scare is an event for teens and tweens, ages 12 to 18. It's an after-hours drop-off event at the library, and it's happening all summer long, once in June, once in July, and once in August. And it's basically a spooky short film festival where we have our faux campfire, and everyone's going to gather around the campfire. We're going to watch spooky short films. We're also going to have some camp crafts, like friendship bracelets and little badges, and some fun snacks. So we're really excited. Usually our events for teens and tweens are like 10 and up, but this time we're trying to target 12 to 18, those kind of bigger kids. So that is Camp Scare. This is actually our very first Camp Scare ever. So this is a brand new program that we are so excited to try out for the first time ever this summer. We are going to be watching some pretty spooky shorts. Some of them are very silly and campy and just like ridiculous, and some of them are genuinely spooky. When we were screening all the different films that we wanted to show, it's pretty relatable to that age group. There's one in particular that is about using your phone on an app like for filters for your face and it kind of haunting your life. So there's things that are silly but also scary kind of for that age group that we're gonna do. So because it's brand new, we have no idea. So it could be just a couple. We've heard some interest from teens that are around the library, So it could be just a couple. Sometimes these programs will start off pretty small and then they'll grow through word of mouth. So we're hoping for that. So one of the first camp crafts that we're going to do at the launch of Camp Scare, which is this Thursday, June 5th, are going to be friendship bracelets. So we have all sorts of different beads with letters, different colors, so the campers can craft them for themselves, they can craft them for their new friends, or craft them for some friends that they know at home. So I'm excited about that. So it's going to be 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So the library closes on Thursdays at 5. So it is an after-hours event to make it extra spooky. So we'll be here with our little faux campsite set up, and it's going to be from 6 to 8. We have a couple of different options. We haven't chosen exactly what we want to do, but we definitely are looking at some kind of fun snacks, different international snacks. We were even thinking about maybe some like spicy snacks that kids around that age like. So the theme of Creature Feature, all of our spooky shorts are going to be focused on spooky creatures for that one. So the theme of the Camp Scare short films changes each month, and so the August Creature Feature is going to be focused more on spooky creatures, cryptids, and things like that. Sure. So our first one is the Creepy Campfire Tale. So all of the shorts that we have are based around camping or woods or summer camp. So to kick it off, Camp Scare, we really wanted to do that camp theme. And Camp Scare kind of celebrates maybe the kids that aren't going to a traditional summer camp this year. Maybe the kids who like gaming or drawing or horror or analog horror. So our camp kickoff, it's all spooky summer camp kind of themes to start it off. The Seaside Scares is going to be more like sirens and mermaids and sharks, like any kind of like haunted pirate ships, like that kind of a ocean scares vibe. I'm really excited to hear what kids this age want to see at the library, because part of camp is bonding and making new friends, but also talking about what you like and what you're going through and what you'd like to see at the library. So we have a ton of ideas for new teen programs coming up this year, and we really just want to hear what kind of things they want to do here and what kind of things might bring in their friends to the library. So I'm excited to see those friendships and relationships kind of be cultivated at Camp Scare, and also to hear the feedback of all the teens. So we don't have any reading requirements or anything like that, but we do have in our Camp Scare display case out there, we have some suggested reading, and that is for like young adult level, middle grade, and they all have to do with like spooky things, camping, kind of like similar to the spooky shorts of the Campfire Tales. So we will have those suggestions available to kind of go along with the theme, but nothing is required. I made this beautiful prop with the help of Miss Laura, who is another librarian here. We're actually going to be running the program together, so she helped get some of the supplies, and I kind of put it all together. The sticks are just from my backyard with some hot glue and some paint. We just tried to make as realistic of a spooky faux fire for Camp Scares that we could. So the first Camp Scare is Creepy Campfire Tales, and that is Thursday, June 5th from 6 to 8. The next one is Seaside Scares, and that's July 17th from 6 to 8. And the final Camp Scare is Creature Feature, and that is August 21st from 6 to 8.
Creature Keeper Quest is a reading incentive program. It started at the Dover Library. They actually call it a reading dragon program. We kind of renamed it Creature Keeper Quest. But it's a reading incentive program where the kids, let me show you, the children collect little trading cards. And there's all different characters. And for every hour of reading that they do, they collect a whole set. So this is a whole set. And they can play battles with the cards. They like the different designs and different characters. We started, this is our third year. The Evil Wizard, well, we knew, so the first year we did dragons, as our creature keeper main character. The second year we did griffins. This year we knew we wanted to have a whole team of different characters, and we were kind of trying to find a way to pull in that sort of underlining theme of teamwork. And so we sort of just threw the evil wizard in there as something that we would want to grab all the best characters together to sort of defeat the wizard and so, yeah, kind of build that teamwork, the creatures uniting. So anyone participating in the program, they just they would come and officially sign up and register with us. And then they have a little tracker that they track how much reading they're doing, and then they can just pop into the library whenever they want, and they just come and find us. They can come find me or Miss Kim. If they don't see us, the ladies at the front desk will help them, but that's all. They just kind of come in and they show us their little packet, and they can redeem their cards. And they can come in and redeem one set at a time, or we have a lot of readers who'll come collect like 10 or 20 sets all at once because they haven't had a chance to come to the library in a while, so whatever their pace is. So there are, there's 50 different sets, but there are this year, it changes a little bit every year. This year there are 7 characters. I mean, the jackalope is one of my favorites, just in a lot of the children seem to like it too, just because it's the cutest. It looks like a little rabbit with antlers, and I used to have a bunny, so I like that one. But the children seem to be a little excited about the Kraken. That's the new one they seem to be excited about. I'm not quite sure what our numbers will be this year, but on average, the last 2 years, we've come close to 400, usually just shy of 400, somewhere like in the 380s, something like that. So it's just, we just every year have tried to do some sort of incentive program, and we just like there to be some kind of prize or something. So cards are just seem to be what the children are super into right now, whether it's the Pokemon cards or other ones. So we were trying to come up with something new, and we were super grateful that the Dover Library had this program, and the community seemed to be really into it with them. So we just started doing it so that they're trying to tie in the love of collecting and the love of cards with a love of reading. So they're kind of getting that little reward. And I should also mention, it's not just incentives for reading itself, but even for the kids who aren't reading yet, it's an incentive, even if they're being read to, because we're also trying to just support the love of stories itself and that attention span to listen to stories, whether or not they're reading on their own. This year it's easy to remember because it's the 14th on both. It starts June 14th and it ends August 14th. However, if we still have cards left, which we usually do, we are happy to still keep giving the cards out throughout the school year for children who want to keep collecting. The Griffin and the Dragon were the first 2 characters that we had done, purely because it was the characters that there were the most cards of, so we had picked them. Dragons, also super cool way to start. The kids loved that. The amount of cards when we first started, it was a lot of dragons and griffins. Now there is sort of less to pick from, which is why we went with the team. So we like to have 50 sets of cards, and so we were happy to bring back. There have been some new designs over the last year. Libraries all over, I don't know if it's just Massachusetts or if it's all over America, they all contribute designs and design characters. So we saw that there were new griffin designs and new dragon designs, and that kind of helped us pull in enough card sets with the other characters. Yeah, so it's not like Pokemon cards where the characters have powers or anything like that. It's not like that, but if you, each little card is a color, so that these are red, but their other cards are blue and some are green. It's really, in this most simplified state, it really is kind of just like rock, paper, scissors, or when you play the game War, which is one color card is stronger than another color card, which it shows up here. So the kids can just each put down a card, and it shows you which color is stronger, and it's just kind of an elimination game like that. There are other more complicated games that some of the other libraries have created, and we're happy to share that if any of the kids want to try and learn those. But the simplest way to do it is just those sort of color battles. I mean, we definitely have young collectors that just seem to love to collect. So, I mean, they do seem to love the books and they love the programs and all that, but I think they are just very excited to collect as many of the different characters, and they all have their different ways of displaying. They show me their little books or however they like to keep them. But I think that's their favorite part, is they get excited for the new character and the new design. I think that it's very enjoyable to have a constant flow of the families coming in to retrieve their cards. It's a nice break from some of the other work that I have to do on the computer and stuff like that. So it's enjoyable for us to constantly see how proud they are of how much reading they're done, how excited they are to get the cards. And then we kind of have an idea of how far they're getting to. And so yeah, I mean, that's just my favorite part, is to kind of be happy along with them in their progress. So we have 50 sets of cards and 50 bonus cards, which means children could read 100 hours if they wanted, but we're not asking that. We're trying to challenge children to read 10 hours by the end of the summer, and if they do read the 10 hours, we'll give them a little coupon for a free book from our book sale, so they can get a free book. And then in addition to the free book and in addition to the card sets, for every 5 hours of reading they do, they'll get a raffle ticket, and we have 10 different prizes, and they can choose to put their raffle tickets in for whatever prizes they'd like to try to win. But yeah, they can get a ticket every 5 hours, 10 prizes, and yeah, so between the cards and the tickets and the book, there's quite a bit they can earn. I guess I would just say to families and stuff to remember that this is here to support a love of reading, and so it's not so much a race for how much you can read or what particular things you're reading, but more that we're just we're on summer break, but we are still enjoying stories and we're still reading. So yeah, just to remember to find things you enjoy to read and trying to support the love of the story. Thank you for listening to us talk about the summer reading program at the Somerset Public Library, and we hope to see a lot of faces.